That was good. That was good. That was good. Welcome to the first episode of the new and improved Ultimate Overview. I'm your host, Jackson, and today we're going to be talking about the Big Shot Shotgun, the Prime Shotgun. First, for a quick summary. The Prime Shotgun is a 4-round, semi-auto shotgun dealing between 76 damage in Common and 96 in Mythic. It was added midway through Chapter 3, Season 3, where it would compete with the Striker Pump, Auto Shotgun, and 2-Shot Shotgun in pubs for the best shotgun in the game. And it pretty easily won. See, the main gimmick with the Prime Shotgun is that it deals 50% more damage when fully loaded. This makes it an incredibly strong shotgun, especially when compared to the Striker Pump. While the Striker Pump is easily a much more consistent shotgun, the fact that the Striker Pump deals more damage on that initial shot leads most players preferring the Prime over the Striker. You also need to keep in mind that the Striker Pump and the Prime have the same equip time, similar damage falloff, and similar levels of accuracy, making them very, very, very similar to each other. The biggest advantage that the Striker Pump really had over the Prime, at least in practical terms, was reload time, which is a factor sometimes, but not very often. Of course, the Prime wouldn't arrive to competitive until the next season, Chapter 3, Season 4, where it would compete with the Lever, Evachrome, and Ranger Shotgun. Yeah, I wonder which one is better, guys. It's a real head-scratcher. After the Chapter 3 island freaking exploded, the Prime Shotgun seemed to go into the Forever Vault, just like basically everything from Chapter 3. However, the Prime Shotgun would get its time to shine once again in possibly one of the greatest game modes to ever exist. Fortnite Reload brings old weapons and items back from the vault and lets you play with them in this fast-paced, rage-inducing, adrenaline-fueled frenzy of a game. The Prime Shotgun wasn't added to Reload at the start. It was introduced in a content update during Chapter 5 Season 4, being added back in Uncommon to Legendary. At the time, the Prime Shotgun would have to compete with the Pump Shotgun, Tactical Shotgun, Thunder Shotgun, Auto Shotgun, and the Double Barrel Shotgun, as well as the Ranger still. Now, the Ranger and Double Barrel were relatively rare, and the Tactical and Auto Shotguns aren't really the same type of shotguns, so we'll just compare it to the Pump and the Thunder. And against those, it loses. Just straight up. The Prime Shotgun is simply far too gimmicky to work with the fast-paced hell mode that Reload is. I mean, it takes a solid 1.125 seconds just to load one round into this stupid thing. Compare that to a rare Pump Shotgun or Thunder Shotgun, which both take 0.08 and 1.375 seconds to reload a shell, respectively. Now, the Thunder Shotgun does have it worse, so 1 point for the Prime, but the Pump Shotgun loads itself much faster than the other two. We also need to look at consistency. The big reason the Prime Shotgun was able to contest with the Striker Pump in the past was that the difference between the weak shot from the Prime and the shot from the Striker Pump wasn't too distant. The weak shot from a Prime Shotgun would only deal 16.8 damage less than a full pellet shot with a Striker Pump in rare. However, the Pump Shotgun has a difference of 26 damage, and the Thunder Shotgun has a distance of 22 damage. Then if you compare the big shot from the Prime, the Striker Pump Shotgun deals a big 25.2 less damage, while the regular Pump only deals 16 less damage and the Thunder only 20 less. This means you're getting maybe 1 pellet of extra damage when you hit a good shot with the Prime, which really isn't worth the effort of slowing your gameplay down to work with it. To put this in easier terms, it's just not worth the effort of loading a new shell into the gun for every single shot, when you could just have the much more consistent damage coming from the Pump or the Thunder. Then these numbers get much worse when you compare it to the Havoc, by the way. A differential of 36 damage on a weak shot and a difference of a measly 6 damage on the big shot. Not to mention loading one shell in only 0.83 of a second. Overall, while the Prime Shotgun is a good weapon for its time, it's really not worth using over other options. So some final thoughts. I like the Prime Shotgun. I really do. It's really interesting from a game design perspective, being a shotgun that deals extra damage when a specific action is performed. The only problem with that is we already have a shotgun that also does extra damage when a specific action is performed. The only difference with the charge is that instead of needing a full magazine, you just charge up the gun, which is much easier to work around and a much better system. The charge is much more versatile than the Prime, since you can get that bonus damage on any shot, not just the first. Most of the time, when I'm using the Prime Shotgun, it feels like I'm playing a game within the game. You can't let the gun have any less than 4 bullets in the mag, or else you shoot marshmallows. At least with the equally gimmicky charge shotgun, the damage becomes consistent if you charge it up every time, which you can reasonably do. The Prime Shotgun really doesn't have that same luxury. That being said, the Prime Shotgun does have a fire rate of 1.05, which is higher than any other pump shotgun adjacent weapon. So, if you really need it to, it can work like the old heavy shotgun did, where it can be used like an auto shotgun in a pinch. However, it's very rare that this situation will ever happen, and if it does happen, you're kind of already shambles. So, yeah. So, is the Prime Shotgun bad? Is it secretly really good? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully y'all like this new style of video, because I know I do. It's a lot more work to make, but it's also a lot more enjoyable to watch, and it's actually pretty fun to put together too. Anyway, I've been Jackson, and this was Ultimate Review. Thanks, guys.
I love bots.